Hello! My name is Abe and welcome back to Monster Train: The Last Divinity. It's been a little while, well maybe not, I don't know when these episodes actually go up on YouTube. I just record them when I have time, when I want to play a game that's not Returnal, Slay the Spire, Enter the Gungeon, FTL. What other games have I been playing lately? One of these days I gotta play Callisto Protocol. I hear that Kerbal Space Program is going to be coming out in a few days with the Kerbal Space Program 2. That could be fun. Why am I talking to you about this now? I don't know. Let's begin. Who do we have to win as? Who are we going to play on today's Monster Train run as we try to complete these Divinity victories? I hate to say it, but a lot of Hellhorned needs to happen. We could, why not? Why not do one of them? Let's do an Imp Queen Umbra. Sorry about the beeps if you hear that. Sure. Man, I really don't play. I don't know what's happening outside. I really don't play a lot of Hellhorn, do I? Let's do Imp Queen Umbra. Imp Queen. Probably the champion I had the least victories with, that and Tethys Titan's Bane, as we started this, final last-ditch effort to complete all of the victories. And then if we want Umbra, we can either take a Shade Splitter or a Plink. The Queen's Imps are going to do a very bad job of killing the enemies at the back, so I actually feel like a Plink is in order here. We're probably not going to have too much requirement for morsels with Hellhorn. We're going to be going probably raged focus, but you never know. And let's see what we get. We just had a run, well not just, but we had a run recently with the Imp Queen, who didn't really matter at all because we had an endless Transcendent that would just duplicate all of the imp effects that we ended up having. Maybe we're going to be going a little bit deeper into her specifically and trying to, keep her alive and use her imp buffs or something. Really use her other imp abilities where she can eat her own imps or something. Talos the Architect, pushback. With imps, we can have the imps block a shot, and I think that we can get around this a little bit more easily. Daze and Death Arcus and Seraph the Patient. Seraph the Patient is going to be such an incredible pain in the ass. I actually don't know how we're going to do this one, but we'll figure something out. We do have an Inferno. Making it cheap and holdover would be amazing. And then that could handle a lot of our non-boss offense. We get a Horn Break ×2, a Space Prism ×2. I gotta say, I really like our starting deck here. Even just the Horn Breaks having targeted damage is quite nice. Enemy units get -1, your Pyre gets +40. Take the Pyre health. Allows us to take a lot more challenges and also pacts early, and maybe we can get some better relics. Train Stewards get +5/+5, damage shield 2 and multi-strike 1, a morsel every start each battle with a morsel on every floor. And then the Infused Mallet, damage randomly. I think early, I really like the Train Stewards. I think that you can actually build around them quite nicely. You can just have Train Stewards come out and tank early, we can upgrade them, and then they're good enough units to keep in the deck, just to put on garbage floors, potentially. By the time when we get to post-Arcus, they're not going to be that good anymore, unless we buff them up with multi-strike and stuff like that. Maybe multi-strike and rage could be a good focus there. But for early game, that combined with the Precious Plating means we can take every trial, no problems. I'm also looking at this kill all imps, do 20 damage per imp to enemy units. It's very good sweep, but I don't know, we have an Inferno, we have a couple of targeted damage spells. Why don't we take Royalty, Rally +10. Now, is that any good? No? I hate to say it, but it actually isn't really that good, because who cares if she does 800 damage to one unit? We gotta get through the waves. We're gonna have to actually do something that gives her a, oh, damn it. We gotta do something that gives her a better buff, a better bonus. All right, I'm gonna put her at the bottom. I don't love it, because she is going to take a lot of damage. And we need to make sure that this guy dies, so goodbye. But with our imps, maybe our imps can, perfect, take care of what we need. And you know what, with the morsels, we can actually keep the Shardtail Queen strong for longer than you would think. So there's something there. We're going to draw units. So I think what we do is we imp. You know, actually an imp Plink gets the kill. Why not? Because now you're ember drained. But you know what, you can take energy, so that pays for itself. Take more energy, and the next turn we're gonna go to town on that bottom floor and hope for the best. Okay, an imp kills you, but then the imp lives. Doesn't seem like a very good idea. However, you're doing 6 damage. I think a train steward just kills you. You're dead. And then, imp takes a hit, imp kills you. I mean, with the train stewards and the imp effects early, as long as the enemies don't have armor, it's gonna do a lot for us. Here, has to be armor. Rage is good. We need something to keep our champion alive. We're going to need armor. Even Welder Helper being endless at some point would be enough for me to be very happy about that endless imp. Pearls of Production, actually very playable because the energy gain is going to probably get played on an imp and then the imp's gonna die, potentially. It's a good holdover target as well. I'm trying to think what we would upgrade. Space Prism, Intrinsic, Spell Chain is very handy. Endless could definitely go on a Welder Helper. Holdover could go on an Inferno, -2 could go on an Inferno. Magic Power couldn't go on the Plinks. What about other upgrades? I mean, do we really want a holdover Perils of Production? I think a holdover Inferno is way better, especially early. Do we want a Packed Morsels? Do we want an Immortal Trade? The healing can keep the Shardtail Queen alive, but she's not really a tank. She's more of a damage dealer. Healing a train steward doesn't seem that effective either. I think we're just gonna go Packed Morsels. There's synergies out of the other 2 cards, but nothing that really applies right now, I think. And we will go Merchant of Steel. Upgrading our train stewards early, I think is okay. Endless on the Welder Helper is pretty good. And then what are the other options? 10 attack, 5-10. Shadow Eater, Morsel Maker. We're gonna take a Morsel Maker because Shadow Eater is trash. I've won with them before, so I don't need to win with them again, thank God. An Endless Welder Helper is acceptable. Are we gonna reroll? Are we gonna take the money? Do we have units to upgrade? Train stewards, are we really gonna just upgrade our train stewards? We can. In fact, oh no. Now you got me thinking. I'm like, okay, what if we put the Morsel Maker in a train steward? Are we really gonna build a train steward army that scales? Here's the thing, they're already multi-strike. They come out with damage shield, so they're gonna live. They have health, but they can get more health. If I give them multi-strike and quick, then we start duplicating these train stewards. I mean, maybe we have something. So I'm gonna... So right now we have 2... Okay. We're gonna take the money. We're gonna take the money. We have a lot of advantages early. I'm going to take the... damage upgrade on 1. We're gonna reroll. We got a large stone. It's a big imp. But he functions as a very good tank, even if he's not at the back. You can just put him in the front. That can't be good. That can't be the play. In which case, maybe we just keep buffing, you know, a couple of train stewards. Like maybe make this one a 30 times 2. Make this one a 5-10, and we'll save our money. We're not gonna buy the large stone upgrade. It's tempting to make a large steward, but I don't think we need it. Haste and sweep. Armor 10 units. we're gonna kill the enemies very easily. The sweeper, you know, there's nothing really we can do, is there? We just gotta accept that it's gonna probably get through. Because the enemies have rage, I do like starting up here. Maybe we'll do a Morsel Maker Queen. Try to buff her up a little bit, and then we'll do some damage to you. Maybe we can kill you with an imp next turn. That top floor is gonna suck. Okay, you're gonna make it to the pyre, but who cares? I think we kill you. We don't have anything that can gorge the morsel, but that's okay. That unit moving up has damage shield, which is really freaking annoying. I could wipe my own floor. Bad idea. The queen is dying. Look, if the queen dies, it's really not a huge problem. We'll just prepare our bottom floor train stewards, which are gonna wipe the boss. I just wish we had more capacity on that bottom floor, but you know, whatever works. Or whatever doesn't work, actually, as the case may be. Anyways, you're dead. We're just fine. This is why I upgraded one train steward. Train steward. Ritual of battle. We would like it for rage. We would. Space prism. Is 3 space prisms too many? I mean, if we take it and we take draw, then this is kind of a capacity upgrade, if you don't think about it too hard. And finally, units. Oh my God, we got some units. Oh baby, do we have some units. Multi-strike, gorge gain, fuel, alloyed construct, consumer of crowns. +10, +10, -3. Interesting upgrade there. I don't think we can really use that effect. Do we really want a consumer? Not really. I just don't like consumers unless you have the relic that pre-spawns your minions on the middle floor. Because the consumers, you draw them early because they're a banner unit. You don't have imps, so you have to wait for it to shuffle around in your deck to draw it again. Demon Fiend I kind of like. +30, +30, and +1 capacity. We could dump inside of another unit, like a train steward. But by themselves, we're never going to play this unit because it's too freaking big. We have a Hellhorned banner coming up. Maybe if we get like the multi-strike demon, we can put the Demon Fiend in the multi-strike demon, and then we actually have a demon. But a multi-strike demon is really just a train steward. So, but it's a banner unit, so it does get drawn early, which is the reason why you would take it as opposed to a train steward. But the train stewards still have built-in multi-strike. And the alloyed construct I just don't really like. Having to gorge it to gain fuel means we have to build around morsels. We had a run before with tons of morsel generation from relics, but here I have a packed morsels and a morsel maker and some planks. I don't think that's enough. So I think we take the Demon Fiend for the stats, but we don't play it as a unit. Is the TLDR there? And we look for a Hellhorn banner unit. And we did get a Horned Warrior. But we also got an Alpha Fiend, which is interesting because the Alpha Fiend could also go inside of a Train Steward. But again, the problem with that is that the Alpha Fiend is a banner unit. The Train Steward is not. If we make a Train Steward, it might be the last card in our draw pile on any individual fight. We would much rather put a Demon Fiend inside of a Horned Warrior and get a unit that's actually doing damage early. Is it enough damage? I mean, if we stack a couple of multi-strikes on him, it could be enough damage. Or we could put the Morsel Maker inside of a Horned Warrior, or again, we could put the Morsel Maker inside of some Train Stewards and get those upgraded. But I think a Morsel Maker in a Horned Warrior or a Demon Fiend in a Horned Warrior are both pretty similar. I think we should take the Horned Warrior. We did get Holdover, so that's very funny to make a Holdover Inferno. Do we get -2? Nope, but we do get Spell Chain, so we can Spell Chain out a Space Prism. It's just so good. -1. I'll just put that on the Ritual of Battle, get that upgraded. And magic power. Plinks are good, but Hornbreak seems just a little bit better. It's tempting, because if you put the Demon Fiend in the Horned Warrior, it's big, but it comes out with good stats. Morsel Maker in the Horned Warrior, though, can come out and scale even better. If you live for more than 5 turns, then you're just making profit, and you actually have less size issues to deal with. So, I think we'll crack the Morsel Maker, we'll put him inside of the Horned Warrior and see how that goes. We have a scaling unit who can fit behind our champion. Imps can go out in front, start tanking shots. And then Spell Chain. Why not upgrade a Space Prism? Well, because you have 65 Pact Shards. Shut up! +1 energy per turn every 2 Blight cards. We'll take that, and by taking this, we will take card draw, and then card draw, and then our deck is sorted. We have the energy to play all of our cards, including the expensive stuff. We have the, including the Demon Fiend, now that I think about it. We have the capacity thanks to drawing the capacity enabler cards, and if we make one of them intrinsic, we'll have it at the beginning of combat, and then we just want cards to draw through the deck. So we've got a very good deck early here. You are pushed back. I can play a Demon Fiend. It will get pushed back. That's a bit of a problem. It might be in our best interest to start on a different floor. You wait for the Space Prisms to show up. Put some Train Stewards down here, maybe. Dare I say it, maybe we just don't even need the Shardtail Queen. Maybe she's just too bad of a unit. Yay, rally +10, so she's gonna get +50. Okay, or I could just play a Demon Fiend. You know, she's absolutely god-awful as a unit. But I really do like the idea of just chucking down a Demon Fiend here and then just getting a kill with it. Actually, you know what? It will get a kill, barely. So why don't we play that, and we'll build you on the top floor. That's what I will do for you. For you, that's what I will do. You're gonna kill me, by the way. That's what the Welder Helper is for. And we have the Horned Warrior. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We also have the good Train Steward as well. You don't need to live for long, Demon Fiend, you just gotta kill some things. I think we will play a... If we can get a Lifesteal Morsel, it would be very good. We want this. And then this. The Imp is going to take a hit. I think we want a Train Steward. I'll just play you in the middle. This doesn't really matter where you play it. We're gonna make it out of this fight, I think. It's just gonna be awkward after that. I don't really know what to do with my run right now, but, you know, we'll figure something out. Can I give you lifesteal? I can. Can I give you damage shield? I can. So you should be fine. We don't really want the Imp to eat the morsel, but there's really not much else to do there. I think that a Train Steward is fine. You're a sweeper! God, I hate that they get sweep. Because it's so unexpected, it's out of left field. Why do you have sweep? You've never swept a day in your life. Okay, goodbye morsels. I mean, you hit 3 times and you're gonna kill whatever you hit the 3rd hit. So, kill that Train Steward, keep this one alive, and you know, you might as well. Become a good endless imp. All right, so I can't keep you alive. The Inferno, though, does still do a very good job. Maybe we want to Inferno here, though, and then, well, I mean, if you're dead, well, okay. Here's what I like. I like doing damage to the boss. I like killing these units before they make up, but they don't do that much damage, and these units will be fine. The Imp's gonna die, whatever. So I think we'll play this here. And then we'll just play a Train Steward to act as another tank. Oh, we killed the sweeper anyway, so it doesn't matter. Train Steward might get pushed back on this floor, who cares? We will play the Space Prism. I'm gonna let Vengeful Shard take me away a little bit. So the Train Steward is now in the back, but we can give you some... Well, why not? Okay, we're gonna play the Train Steward and the Imp in the front to tank. I mean, I think the boss, they're gonna have 100 HP by the time they hit the top floor, which is pretty good. Goodbye, Train Steward, by the way. So let's take a look. Let's see how this went. Queen is doing 60 damage. Horned Warrior is doing 51 times 2. Did that work well? Did. We took 1 damage from a card, which is no problem. Ah. So Furnace Tap is a way around the Shardtail Queen only hitting 1 enemy with a lot of damage if you build around her. I do like this as a card. Double armor, we're not gonna have that much armor, which makes me wonder how we're actually gonna deal with the, well, there's our armor gain. How we're gonna deal with Seraph the Patient. Steelworker, I really like. Morsel Maker, I really like. Demon Fiend, I really like. Here's the question. Are we going to just take Morsel Maker, Demon Fiend, and then just shove them inside of another unit? Or do we want Steelworker to give armor per turn? I think we want the armor per turn. Survivability is now the most important thing because we have rage and we have scaling damage and we have good damage and we have a big floor. So I think we want the Steelworker. We want card draw. I'm trying to build a working deck, working run here, and it's kind of working. We're getting there slowly. Horned Warrior does need upgrades, but the Morsel Maker inside of him is his own upgrade for the time being. Demon Fiend, I don't really see the Demon Fiend being what we want. I do like the idea of doubling the Steelworker and then melding him inside of himself. Then we get armor 10 every turn, and then he's a good tank. We have the Horned Warrior buffing itself, Inferno killing floors. And then what was the other thing that we had? Right, Furnace Tap, maybe allowing us to get a lot of value out of like a much more offensive Shardtail Queen or something. The Ember Drain's gonna suck, but we have a lot of energy in our deck. We can maybe work around it or maybe permafrost it. Let's see what we get here from a unit. Overgorger. Gorge gain one attack permanently. I don't think we want an Overgorger. We've not built around morsel generation. I have 1 card that gives me morsels every turn. If we had a Morsel Maker, we could put him inside of the Overgorger, but I think we just want a Morsel Maker. Why? Well, because then we can put a Morsel Maker inside of a Train Steward? No, like we don't want Train Stewards. What I want is Horned Warrior to be duplicated eventually, and then we can purge Train Stewards or even just keep them just to have units that kind of act as spells doing a little bit of damage potentially, but they're not that good. Queen's Implings I really don't like. These have to be removed. And our champion sucks. Maybe this is a skip, you know? Maybe we're okay with Horned Warrior being our prime unit and then we just want to upgrade it. Ideally next. Yep, we can do that. And then we start duplicating later. Like we can duplicate right afterwards, in fact. Yeah, and then is there any other melding that we want? We could dump the Demon Fiend by putting him inside of the Train Steward, but we just want to make a Steelworker right now anyways. I think we skip. I don't think this is what we want. I think we want to dupe a Steelworker. I think we want to make a great Steelworker to act as a tank. I think that we're going to have a hard time against Seraph the Patient, but we can, you know, try. We can try to get there. I don't think we want to upgrade these at all. Action, kill imps and deal damage per imp to enemy units. Too slow. I guess we'll just make you a little bit better rally, even though we're not, like, I think the Imp Queen by the end of this is gonna do like 100 damage per turn, which is good. It's not that amazing, but like, I don't really know what else I'm gonna be doing with her. She's not a fantastic unit. This is 14 damage for like 100 gold. Problem is the boss is gonna scale out of freaking control here. So what we could do is set up a double floor system, steelworker on the bottom. Horned warrior scaling. When the boss shows up, they'll live for as long as they possibly can. But if we draw Inferno, we'll be unable to play it on the bottom floor. We could start here, but then there's not a lot of capacity. If we start here, well, if we start here, it's actually not bad. What are you gonna do with the Shardtail Queen? I guess you could just play the Shardtail Queen at the bottom and start summoning Train Stewards. You know what? That doesn't seem that bad. You'll go there. You'll go here. You're getting a kill, which is fantastic, and we protect the pyre. That's not too bad. Now, Demon Fiend. Like, I could play you. I don't know if there's a good reason to. Like, if I play the Demon Fiend, what am I playing him for? To do 50 damage next turn and then, you know, not much after that. Lifesteal would give you 6 HP, Antumbra Morsel is 6 HP, imagine that. You're gonna purge both of your damage shields. Just trying to think what the best course of action is. Like, because if we play an Imp, we save a damage shield and we also get another rally buff. I think we go there. And then I think we will, because our morsels do damage, we can play him here to kill you. Let's try to kill the unit in the back. We got him. I will give you damage and health. This also kills the final enemy, I'm realizing too. So nothing is gonna make it to the pyre. And then down here, we're at least killing the Collector. Goodbye, Demon Fiend. It's just, I don't know how you're supposed to play with Demon Fiends. Is it the same principle as Inferno? Is it the same principle as the... Give me a second here. Consumer of Crowns, where you just have to find a way to summon him automatically, and like that's how it's supposed to work. Because that seems like it's how it's supposed to work. I'm telling you, this Inferno will get upgraded. I'll upgrade it with -1 energy because of the fact that we have so much energy now thanks to the stave. Who gets capacity? Steelworker doesn't really have anything else to go on the floor except for a Train Steward, which, with the damage shield, is still really freaking good. But if we play it down here, maybe we can make the Shardtail Queen just kind of be insane, especially with Welder Helpers giving armor. We got a lot of damage on the floor. You've given Spell Shield to all the enemies on the floor. It makes you really freaking annoying. Do we want to play a Furnace Tap? I think Furnace Tap is not what we're looking for, though it is tempting. I think we want bottom floor. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna play, I think, the Welder Helper at the front, because we don't mind if it dies. And then I'm gonna give her double damage, I think. Because this is the last turn before Relentless. Got him. You know what? Give me 1 energy next turn. This is the last turn before Relentless, so why not try to make her as strong as possible, because we're still gonna be summoning things like another Welder Helper, and next turn, a Train Steward and a Queen's Imp. Because the boss scales, it gets stronger every floor. I don't really want the Steelworker to be the final last line of defense. I want her to do freaking damage. I think we play the Train Steward due to the damage shield. I will wipe one of you. Goodbye, Welder Helper. But we've got... You lived? I didn't pay attention. But we have so much energy. Oh, the freaking enemies at the bottom. We have so much capacity here. We can get another, you know, tanky train steward out. You do more damage, so you should go there. You're dead. Beautiful. It's very close because we drew none of our spells that actually do damage to the back line. We only have a couple, really, but the queen was able to do the job thanks to the multi-strike, so that worked well. Barely, but it worked. Branding right, Impalate. I want to remove the imps. I've never won with this card in Divinity. But I don't want an Impalate. I want to remove the imps. I think we take a Branding right. We can afford it with our energy. Ember Forge is also very tempting. It is an energy gain card, and maybe if we like put Ember Forge in the Demon Fiend, it can start paying for itself. But this is not a banner unit. We're not guaranteed to draw it early, so how the hell are we gonna actually get it playable and give us energy every turn? We're not. Our floors are basically set. I could put it in a Train Steward, but that's too much pack shards for this. This is not the right time. I don't know when the right time is for that unit, but it's not now. We are going to upgrade our units because we need to. Intrinsic. We're gonna put Intrinsic Spell Chain on the Space Prism because now we can play on whatever floor we want. Sacking units, I'm not interested. We do need. It's gonna hope for multi-strike, but quick works as well, and then we want to roll into multi-strike. Rage 7. You know what? If the imp lives a turn, that's a little bit of damage. Then damage shield. On this Steelworker, that's not bad. We just want him to be a tank anyways. Endless. It's not what we wanted. Except maybe it is, because now a Steelworker that's endless, if he ever dies, he can just be resummoned. Which kind of does get around Seraph the Patient. You know, the Steelworker is going to take the big hits, die, and then we can just resummon him to bring him back. It's not amazing, and his armor isn't going to start stacking like we need it to, but he's going to apply armor to everything behind him. So I think that kind of works. And we're not going to put anything on the Horned Warrior. We're going to wait. I say that, but like, what are we waiting for is the question. The answer is I don't know. You can take my Pyre health. I have so much of it. Friendly units gain +2 attack on Slay. I don't think that's very good, but I've obviously taken it already. We're gonna dupe. There's another Merchant of Steel. And then at the bottom, another dupe, Unstable Vortex Merchant of Magic. What I like about the dupe here is that we can get another scalable damage-dealing Horned Warrior out, and then after that point, maybe we can upgrade one of them with multi-strike, and the other one can just have raw stats, and we'll have 2 of them out. That's their own floor, and then the other floor is Train Stewards and our Queen. Not amazing, but it's something. 100 pack shards is way more than I would like. Crystal Cloak is terrible. Annoying. Incredibly so. However, what I think we're going to do, we can turn on armor, I think, because our spells, we don't care about them. We're gonna play the Steelworker at the bottom, and that way maybe we can just resummon it every floor to try to do as much damage as we can. So I know I just said we were gonna play on the bottom. We're not gonna do that. We're actually gonna play the Inferno down here just because it's such good value, and we're gonna get this every turn. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna play probably the Queen. Yeah. Get the scaling start. We should have played it in the reverse order, of course, but get the scaling started with armor, and maybe I can just keep this guy armored up, and he's, doing his job. You are a sweeper, and you gain rage. The Horned Warrior will live. So we're gonna play this. We're gonna play this. We're gonna really give her the Furnace Tap. I don't think we need to give anyone the Furnace Tap in this one. Also, the damage shields are gonna work really well against the boss, hopefully. We do want to play the Horned Warrior. The question is where. I think I'll play you in front of her. Doing 65 damage. Let's play the welder helper, who's gonna die immediately, but it's gonna buff damage. The imp, the collector is getting away, which is unfortunate, but we killed the units, you know, just couldn't kill freaking collector. By the way, that floor is gone. Have more capacity. We'll give you even more armor. You know, if we just stack up enough armor on this guy, the boss can't get through, so that's a strategy right there. We'll just play that. I really want to be able to kill the welder helper and keep bringing him back, but if we can't, we can't. Do we want Inferno? I think we do. We've drawn basically no train stewards, so what I like about this is that maybe we can get some more train stewards next turn. But I really want to get that next turn in case there's units behind the boss. If there wasn't, that's fine, because we'll just play this and this. That's gonna purge 3 at least. This will purge another 1. We'll get you again next turn. This gives you a little bit more health. Same with that. We'll take 1 damage from the card. If we draw a train steward, you're probably dead. I mean, you're dead right now. We are taking 130 damage. But in theory, the train steward's gonna die, so it doesn't matter which one goes out, but in theory, any train steward would tank and help tank, but there you go. So we thought about the boss, and we thought about what we were gonna do to counter her, but we got Inferno on turn 1, so I ended up not really doing what I wanted to do anyways. Ascend and Daze. It's quite nice. We have to upgrade spells at some point, but so far everything is going fine. But we do need to upgrade our spells. I mean, we need cards to be cheaper, we need things to be playable, we need holdover, we need permafrost. We gotta start getting those cards out. So I actually don't think we'll dupe. I think we will upgrade the Merchant of Steel, then dupe, and we'll go to the Merchant of Magic right now. So do we want a tiresome climb? I'm gonna say no, but dazing is so good on boss fights, I kind of feel like the answer might be yes. We already have enough capacity gain. I don't think more capacity is the play. I will take an artifact, because artifacts are good. When played, your champion gains 50% attack. If we can make her endless, she could come back and scale, but an imp every turn is fine. Energy is tempting because it works on morsels, imps, and train stewards. And we're gonna have a lot of draw. An imp every turn could be amazing. It really does depend on what you get, though. They function as pretty good tanks, but like this costs energy, this gives energy. I think I want the thing that gives energy. Even if we can't get it every turn, I'll take it on whatever turns I can get it on. So we want permafrost on this so we can play it at the very end. Concealed Caverns is good. Let's start here. Hornbreak's good now. Ritual of Battle is playable. Another holdover, double stack. On Relentless, that's a really good play. Like, the boss is here, play that card. Purge a card, gain a card. Honestly, purge a Plink. The imps now give energy. Rare Hellhorned, rare Umbra. I think we want rare Hellhorned. I'm gonna collect it because we have a lot of energy gain now, but I don't see it being particularly helpful. Just because I think the effect is very minor. All right, this seems like a good bottom floor situation. Yeah. I mean, especially because we can just kill all of the units like immediately. We play you, we have 7 energy. You play the imp. You don't even need to kill the imp because the imp is gonna die and take the shot, which is perfect. We'll just play this on you. We gotta be careful of Hell Harvest here because we don't really want to lose our units too much. We're gonna be sapped, which is why we're not doing damage here, but that's why we have a Horned Warrior. In fact, because he's quick, he'll kill the first unit. Why are we not killing you? Sap 4? So and it's gonna ruin your damage shield, okay. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 damage on the first hit, and then the Queen's gonna overkill you. So I think we'll play the Horned Warrior. I think that we will also play the Demon Fiend, because we can. I think we will play Ritual of Battle, and now we're killing both of you before you can attack, which saves our damage shield. And if he's scaling, and he is scaling 6/6 every turn, maybe he's gonna get to the point where he's gonna wipe the floor. Now, Ember Drain 8, a little much. Inferno also, I'm realizing, is definitely unplayable, but why not just play a Train Steward at the tank? Because it dazes our units. Okay, you know, that's actually a very good point. So here's what I'm gonna do to compensate. I'm gonna hold that over so I can kill these units next turn. Because I made a big mistake on that one. I did not pay attention at all. The Train Steward died and we blocked all the hits, but that is not what we intended. Or maybe it was what we intended all along. I will kill you. You will tank. Even if we're not giving the armor to the Steelworker, the fact that the Imp is tanking means that the damage shield is going to be maintained, which is nice. We're not doing nearly enough damage, though. I guess that's why I'm hoping for the Furnace Tap at the very end. Play that, and then we just get a whole bunch of value. We gotta play this. I mean, we have to stop the units. I'll give you armor. We're gonna take some higher damage from the cards. The Demon Fiend will kill anything that makes it up, but this is not going as well as we would have liked, for sure. And again, we kind of just have to play the Inferno here. Although we can play 2 Imps on this turn. So what I think I'm going to do is play the Train Steward due to the damage shield. Then we'll play the Imp, and we're not getting dazed. I totally knew that. Waves remaining 2. Might as well wipe you, and we're gonna get 1 Weight of Contrition added. He's stealth for the entire duration, so we're not doing any, you know, pre-damage to him. But assuming we play the Furnace Tap on the Queen, she's going to do 500 damage per turn, so we should be fine. It's 1 turn away. We don't need to hold Inferno now. I think a damage shield down here is fine. Damage shield up here on you is also fine. Welder Helper will just, you know, tanks another hit, but so does a damage shield morsel, so what do you do? Well, no, what you do is you do this. The damage shield will block 30 damage from him. I don't want it to block 11 damage from 2 hits. I will just give you the damage shield morsels here. You know, now I can buff up a new Train Steward instead of playing an Imp. So you should be dead already, but in theory, the play is now Furnace Tap, Ritual of Battle, and now you're absolute. Well, you're taking 450 from her alone, but that's not that good. Like, she's not doing enough. We need more. Next fight is gonna be real hard. Trample is now where I'm saying, okay, buffing her damage has a point. And the point is, she tramples. We still want draw. We have enough energy. We do want a Merchant of Steel. I can afford exactly 1 thing, but it's free card removal as well. And if we buff the Horned Warrior, it's a good upgrade target. It's a good duplicate target, I think. Problem is we can't play it on top floor Divinity because Divinity is going to wipe it. But we can play middle floor. Inferno will just handle everything on the bottom until Relentless happens. I think we do want to go up here. We just want to hope for a good pick. The Plinks are trash. I'm never playing them. This is not a morsel run. We got quick again. Not what I'm hoping for. If I give them health, well, we could play top floor Divinity. The problem is we're going to be taking damage every turn, and the 10 armor from the Steelworker is not enough to get around it. So we'll probably go middle floor. Let's Intrinsic Spell Chain. We could get a ton of capacity, but I don't think we need it to be intrinsic. Intrinsic Inferno, now you got me thinking. 20/20 Purge, Magic Power 20 Purge. You can give me a bad Plink. And I guess we'll take a rally on you now that we actually have a way of tossing your imps. Yeah, I think what I want is actually intrinsic on the Inferno. It's super expensive, but we have 5 energy per turn, and this solves a lot of problems that we are having, which is units making it up before we can actually start scaling more than they are. Relic for 15. We need to buy something. The health is well, the damage shield keeps them alive until they scale, and it'll block some spikes and sweeps, but I think the health is just a little bit better. Dude, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if we even want to dupe the Horned Warrior, because in theory, Trample, High Rally, Shardtail Queen is going to be able to crush a lot of things. Look, one step at a time. Let's do the next fight. 20 armor. 20 armor is not going to matter in the slightest. Now, don't play at the bottom. Play here. We are going to get an energy refund. So start with the Queen. Play the Steelworker. Play the Horned Warrior. Horned Warrior will tank for the Queen because the Queen's damage output is now insane. I will play a Imp to get it out of my deck. I will Inferno. Should have probably played it in a different order to do more damage to you, but that's fine. Okay, not everything is dying. We'll work on that. We need to summon 2 units. We can. Might be able to summon a Demon Fiend, but that seems unnecessary. I think 1... 42, 52. A Horn Break at the front ensures that we get the Collector. So I think we will play Queen's Imp to save a damage shield. I think we will play... It's a weird one, but I think we'll play the Inferno. Then the Train Steward. Then, I guess you might as well just kill. So that this is really just, it's an Inferno deck, strangely enough. And Furnace Tap is on Relentless. We don't need to play Inferno. We'll spend all of our energy playing this instead. I think it works. I think it works fine. Like, totally fine. You're dead now. Barely, like so barely, but you are dead now. And then we want play those, and we have a little bit of Spike of the Hellhorned, we can just play on, we'll play it on the Queen, because she is the best unit that we have. I'm actually thinking maybe I'm gonna duplicate the capacity upgrade that we have, Intrinsic Spell Chain, because we want the Queen to start scaling like a mother trucker. The Welder Helper helps, but we want her to start scaling on her own too. And we have the energy to play it on turn 1, because we're gonna draw at least 1 unit and her. I don't even know if you can kill my imp. You are not killing my imp. That's actually a very sad thing. Should have played that first. It's not gonna matter. We're gonna buff her rage or his armor. Probably her rage, because we're almost done. Man, those Horned Warriors are not doing enough. Yeah, I made them quick, but he's only doing 100 damage. Only, but still, it is only 100 damage. We are gonna hold over Inferno. We're going to need it. Probably didn't need to play the Trample at this point, but just in case there were these units, I wanted to make sure we could play it. And we can. And we can also maybe play a Demon Fiend. It would be... I'd have to play the Demon Fiend at the top. So you know what, don't even bother. Well, 3 energy back, cost 4. Yeah, don't even bother. You're gonna get 1 buff. Rage is probably worth a little bit more. And then honestly, I kind of like the idea of the Horn Break on the Welder Helper to get another one next turn. But it's gonna have enough armor right now to tank a hit anyway, so like, I kind of like that he's dying. I don't think we need to replay him. How's it going? You're dead. You're killing the Welder Helper. You're killing the Steelworker. However, now you're not killing him. You're killing the Welder Helper and you're hitting damage shield on the Steelworker. All right, that worked fine. Well, fine in like very huge air quotes. No. Sacrifice Imp is tempting, but it's not what we're looking for. Ember Forge also still not what we're looking for. Yeah, we're gonna go to the right. We want even more capacity. I can't help but feel like, why not? We're probably gonna have the energy to play it. We dupe a Space Prism, we're gonna have +2 capacity, but why not more? Well, we have +2. I don't think we're gonna need more. So we're gonna have 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna have 8 by default, which means that's room for 2 imps at the front. Yeah, okay, let's, and then when we draw the other 2, we're gonna have 10, which is room for 4 imps or 2 train stewards. I think we'll, I think I'm gonna take it. I actually think the capacity does matter, because we are kind of putting all of our eggs into the Imp Queen basket. Didn't think I would say that, but here we are. And I'm also thinking to myself, why not go for a, why not go for 150 packed shards? You know what, we can get rid of the Demon Fiend, he's not being played at all. If we go for 150 packed shards, maybe we can actually get a book or something and do something with the top floor or whatever. So I am gonna take the artifact. I'm also going to dupe the card. I think it's gonna make us at 165. No, it's only cost 15. Okay, we'll do that. Well, there you go. If only we had this at the beginning of the game and not the end. I guess we'll have units enter with rage, which is kind of okay, but pretty trash. Rage adds an additional +1 per stack. We're not really building rage build. I have 1 rage card in the deck. I don't want the imps to be stronger either, and 5 isn't going to matter. Might matter for the morsels and for sweeps, but let's reroll. Let's get an extra upgrade slot. This is unfortunately untakeable because we literally can't upgrade our units. Golden Vault maybe can keep the Pyre alive. Morsels having damage shield doesn't matter. We're not playing morsels, so it's another one where I'm kind of just like, I don't know. Magic power consume. We don't need horn breaks because Inferno is going to wipe everything on the bottom floor anyways. So I think we go ahead and upgrade these. I will make Umbra Stone cheaper because it's something that we need to play. I don't think we need Permafrost than anything. Double stack. Sure. Let's make this a little bit more playable, and I'll negate the negative. And you know what? Sure. Now we have 1 horn break in the deck. I think we want to remove the Demon Fiend. Oh, that was our last removal. I mean, that works. And with 290, this saves our Pyre 1 hit once. Or I could purge like 3 cards. What would we purge? We don't really need the Train Stewards. Imps kind of help do the job, and we have 1 Endless Imp. So I think I'm gonna remove a Train Steward. And I can remove 1 more card. I like the imps just going out there and dying, and I'm not gonna remove a Train Steward we've upgraded. 1 Endless Imp, I would have preferred more, but 1 Endless Imp can still protect us quite nicely. I think we will... I don't know what to remove. Like it, like it, like it, like it, like it, like it. Yes, 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 yes. I can remove 1 Space Prism, but we always want capacity. This is fine. I could remove an imp, but I like the imps just going out there and dying. It gives us energy refund, and it builds up the queen. Packed morsels, I suppose we don't need these, but if we can go... It gives us energy. You know what? Let's get rid of the packed morsels. We don't need morsels. This is not a morsel deck. Okay, don't forget also, your second tank is endless. So even if they kill my armor-giving guy, he can still come out. Now this is gonna be an interesting one. You get played. You get played. We didn't get what we wanted as far as units go, but there's our capacity going. Queen's Imp, we want out. And then you can get Inferno'd. We want the Queen, we want the Imp out to take a shot next turn. And also to take the melee weakness. Now, can't help but notice we're taking a lot of damage. That's okay, because then we play Steelworker. Damage shield counters you quite nicely. I will play another Space Prism. I will play another Queen's Impling. I will play the Inferno, and I will play Spike of the Hellhorn as well. We're buffing the Christ out of the boss, but hopefully the damage shields get us where we need to go in the end. Him having melee weakness just does not matter in the slightest. So, we're gonna summon 2 units. Yes, and we're gonna summon them here. Train Steward can go in the back to act as another line of defense. You can go in the front. We get a lot of energy out of this. We can play this. We can play... I don't care if you die is the thing, so we'll give the armor to you. Okay. Imp dying, it's what we want to see. We can get more energy. Are we gonna summon on the floor with the boss? I think we should, because it's a lot of damage on the queen. And then I can play an imp here to get the refund. I will play Crucible Extension here. This Train Steward, I kind of want it to cycle around and then get replayed on this floor. So 14, 15, we're gonna lose damage shield on the Steelworker. Does this cause, I'm gonna slow it down. Does this cause the melee weakness to go away? You might think that's a stupid question. I've had varying results in the past related to melee weakness being removed. In this exact situation. I told you! It's weird because I think if you have 2 melee weakness, it doesn't work, but if you have 1 exactly, it does work. Go figure. Okay, you're taking damage, you have melee weakness. Do we want the Steelworker to die? Yes, because he gets resummoned with the melee weakness removed. So I think we want the Welder Helper behind him, and then we'll wait for both of these units to die in like a turn or two, because we have to play this. And then we might as well play Rage on her. Because if he dies, he'll be resummoned with Damage Shield, which works very well against the boss. And this Damage Shield Train Steward is doing a freaking fine job. So, we are gonna play, and this is working perfectly, by the way. We're gonna play... I can't summon 2 units, but we have to play this, and I think we want the capacity more than we want a Train Steward Ritual of Battle, because these units are gonna be resummoned next turn, and that's gonna give us an energy refund, and maybe we can get to the Train Steward. It's gonna take a second, though. So you got hit with melee weakness. It sucks, but again, damage shield somehow negates it. We are going to play the Steelworker. The Imp at the front is gonna take 29 damage and die. We will play Branding Right on this Train Steward. I think we're gonna be just fine. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't see this going poorly. This is the last time we need to play Inferno. Welder Helper will take a hit and live. I don't want to remove a damage shield because I'm thinking about putting the Welder Helper behind and then icing it. But this guy, because he does 43 damage, it's worth way more to just have the Welder Helper tank the front hit for 10. I'm just gonna play the Welder Helper then. And I'll play Rage. Furnace Tap will be played next turn, and then we have 1,000 damage. The boss is dead regardless. And on top of that, we can also play a Train Steward to do some serious tanking. Good damage shield. And then Furnace Tap gets us where we need to go. Room has been frozen. Okay, well, play it up there then. Because that damage shield in the Train Steward, I mean, that's 3 turns, basically, of the boss not doing anything. So I feel like we've got a shot here, for sure. We did not get anything out of our pack shards, rip. We just need damage shield on the middle floor, and then Inferno at the bottom. Inferno wipes everything. And it's gonna wipe a lot. The big units that have 600 HP, they're gonna be a problem. We might... I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do to kill him. Hope. That's what we're gonna do to kill him. We're gonna hope. For now, those have to be played. Also, the boss does attack twice on this floor, so we're gonna lose our damage shields quickly. That's not a huge problem. It really isn't. We might want to give the Rage to the Horned Warrior if we don't play multi-strike until the very end. We'll start here. 6 energy means I can just barely play everything we need. She gets trample. Sometimes I might want the Horned Warrior to die to give me a super energy refund on the next turn. So we maybe want to keep that in mind. But I do love the ability to play every imp up here. We're getting a lot of value. So let me look at our damage. We have 100, we have 200 damage. These guys have a lot more than 200 HP. You know what? Take the 1 damage and just work one of these guys down. Our damage is so poor. The only thing I have to go on here is just a vain hope that maybe we can do enough damage by summoning minions and tanking on the middle floor that by the time we hit Relentless, all of that trample damage is going to have the boss killed. But I have no idea. We've got so much capacity. We're going to play Train Steward here. Imp. Imp. I want the Steel Worker to die to be resummoned, so we will play Welder Helper, and then Imp right behind. And, you know, we're doing almost enough damage. This guy, he's gonna be a huge problem. Huge problem. So I am thinking Rage you, and then if everything's dead here, kill him. Like we gotta work him down. He's got 600 HP. We don't do 600 damage. We do 400, which is good. It's not good enough. This is another 100 right now, which is pretty good. We will play the Steelworker, and we're gonna have an energy refund too, which is great. It's great. We're actually doing more damage than I would have expected, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's 50 damage. I think I just want to give you all of the rage and armor. And then if you make it to the pyre, you make it to the pyre. You know what? Congratulations, you're gonna hit it many times. 124. You're gonna hit it. You're gonna hit 5 times maybe. I don't think I can do any damage to you. We're only doing 19. You're gonna hit it 1, 2, 3. You're gonna hit it 4 times. We're gonna take 80 damage. I mean, that's kind of as good as we can get it. So we just have to accept it. If we make it to Relentless, we win because of Furnace Tap. But I can't play it now. It's too expensive. We just have to go and hope. 28. $48. Imp at the front. No, we want the imp behind the Steelworker because that means the Steelworker can come back to life. Next turn. I think that's what we want. Pyre's gonna live. This is 100% Inferno. You have multi-strike. That's a pain in the ass. We would not be able to do this if we did not have Inferno. Let's just be completely honest with each other here. This is Inferno's time to shine. So keep stacking up the armor. We might play like Furnace Tap within a couple of turns just to make sure that we're killing everything. We don't need to now though. Rage on the Horned Warrior is way better than the Queen right now because the boss is not going to kill us, it's only the minions. We actually have the ability to play Energy Refund, which is fantastic. We will play the Train Steward. This one does more damage, so he's gonna go a little bit behind. I like that Steelworker's dying. We'll have the Imp behind him. Steelworker's living. Unanticipated. Not a huge problem. Lived with 3 HP. Little rude, if you ask me. He's dying now. Imp's not dying, which means maybe a horn break on the Imp is a good play, but we'll start here. This is the last wave. Boss has taken 600 damage. We will win. It's super close. Like, really close. Like, really close. But we're gonna make it. Us is already dead. But it gets better because Steelworker, Welder Helper, Energy Refund, Furnace Tap. Don't play the wrong card here. Queen is now doing 1200 damage per turn. And that's what we needed. So, doing 141? You know what? That saves a damage shield. So in the end, you know, what do I know? The Queen played a very big part. We didn't even need the Furnace Tap plays. I think ever. We never needed to play Furnace Tap. We had the victory every single time. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe she is a great unit because of her scaling potential. Maybe I undervalue her, or the imps. I don't like playing with her. I find it too finicky because I almost always find that I need some cheap way, not energy-wise, just like literally cheap. I need some trick to my deck to keep her alive and to keep the game alive here. What was the trick this time around? Well, the Steelworker giving her armor every turn meant that she could actually freaking live. The Space Prisms gave us the capacity to play a whole bunch of garbage on her floor, buffing her up. And then the intrinsic holdover Inferno with Abandoned Stave giving us the energy and the damage to kill units because her damage was not good enough. Not even close to being good enough to kill things. We were doing, you know, an extra 500 damage every turn off of this spell alone. This is not a Queen deck. This is an Inferno deck. The Inferno won us the game. If we did not have this holdover or intrinsic or Abandoned Stave in order to play it, we would have lost. Straight up. Now, how do you win with the Queen without having an Inferno? How do you make the Horned Warrior build the winning strategy? I don't know. Don't ask me. I just luck into victories. Often, sometimes, maybe. It was a good run, though. It was a winning run, and now we don't have to play this specific variation of the Hellhorn Queen before. Ick! Ooey, gooey. Ick, ooey, gooey. Look, I don't know. I'm tired, okay? Ignore the fact that it's 4:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.